I'm Natalie and this is James, and this is our home, Zephyr. We have been sailing around the world for the past 4 years, and now we have got a couple of stowaways on board. Meet Flint and Kira, two puppy Weimaraners that are joining the adventure. Subscribe and welcome to our channel, Sailing Zephyr. Last week we made the decision to leave the Bahamas and start our sail to Panama. We checked out, did some last minute provisioning and headed back to the boat. All that was left to do was to put the dinghy up and secure it, start the engine and pull up the hook.
It's off the ground. Alright, that's it. So we got about 20 hours, 115 miles. We're going to the Acklands. We're going to anchor there for the night before we head on to Great Inagua. And we should have the wind basically on our beam or just behind it, so we'll see how we go. Not much wind though, unfortunately. Probably going to be motor sailing, maybe we'll get lucky.
Not a great start to us leaving the Bahamas. Maybe it's a sign. I've just brought the sail in, just had the main out, and James rushed down to check on the engine to see how it was going. I mean, we've only gone from the Anchorage to here, so not very far at all. We went down to check on the engine and we have a coolant leak. So we've just decided to drop anchor right here in the middle of kind of the channel, really. It's only 20 feet, so we just put the anchor down quickly. James has just switched the motor off. You're gonna change
A hose clamp, so just a hose clamp.
Yep. And then we should be good to go. So here we go.
Okay, so what we can see here, this is our hose clamp that is broken, and you can see it's been dropping coolant only slowly because my reservoir at the back is still pretty full, so it's only just happened. So I'm just going to literally change the hose clamp, and I'm going to do it without taking the hose off so that I don't have to remove the hose and break the hose. Alright, there's a new hose clamp. I've got a massive bag of these because you always want to have spare hose clamps.
Quick replacement of the clamp, and it's time to check if we still have a leak.
Alright, I'm going to get Nat to start the boat, and let's see if she's still dripping. Alright, Nat, can you start the boat? Alright, so we want to look right here and be able to see if it's dripping. All looks good. Quick change. Let's keep going. There you go. Simple thing is just a hose clamp. Gone. That's why you carry a ton of spares, and do your engine check. So I always do my engine checks a few minutes after we're motoring. If I forget, Nat's always super good about reminding me because we've had lots of little instances like that, haven't we? So
where you going, girl?
And worst case scenario would have been if I hadn't done my check, we would have burned through all our engine coolant and not realized until she overheated. So we're all good. Let's continue.
As you can hear, we've got the motor going. We've got the sails out, so we're motor sailing. There's not much wind at all. 5 knots of wind, so there really isn't anything. We're gonna try and do an overnight sail just to get some miles behind us, but that's Georgetown in the background, and it's 7:30 at night. It's sunset. So we are losing lights. We are gonna have some dinner. I'm gonna start working on the video since it's dead flat and I can go downstairs and work on it. And I think James and the pups are just gonna stay out here enjoying the sunset for a bit. I don't know how we're gonna do the shifts.
I'm going to bed, you're up all night.
No, that's definitely not gonna happen. By 8:30 I'm normally in bed, which is crazy.
Lulu's, how you doing, sweetie? Lulu's.
He doesn't like the sail.
You don't like the sail flapping, do you? Uh-oh, do you want me to fix it? Okay, I'll fix it.
Sometimes what you want ain't what you need.
Alright, so we made a decision. As you can see, it's getting dark. I was hoping we were going to be past a part of this bank before dark, but we've been a little bit slower than I anticipated. So we're going to pull into this anchorage here at YACHTS, and we're going to stop for the night, get rested. We're actually feeling a little bit tired, and instead of doing the overnight passage tonight, we're going to rest up now and we'll do our overnight passage tomorrow. Sometimes you just got to make these changes and, you know, go with your gut and how you're feeling, and you know what, we both want to just rest tonight. We think it's the right call. We got super settled conditions, as you can see. It is a lake out here, so we're going to take advantage of that.
We always try to avoid anchoring at night, especially if we have never been to the anchorage before. When approaching an anchorage at night, you risk not being able to see uncharted hazards such as coral heads or sandbars. Other risks include boats already anchored with no lights or AIS to indicate their presence, and a loss of depth perception for shoreline or other objects nearby. Little did we know we would be forced to do this again a couple of nights later.
Alright, hooks down. Cool, now we'll just snub up.
Red angle can make your heart bleed. Sometimes the road ahead seems dark as night.
Alright, I actually had that wrong. We got 75 in the water, we're in 11 feet, so we got plenty. Just gonna back down slightly and get indoors because there's a lot of mozzies out here. So we're doing some reversing, just watching the snubber here. Hold it. We're anchored, we're gonna settle, and we'll catch you guys in the morning. Well, it's the next morning. It's a bit gray and gloomy, but yeah, we had a pretty okay sleep except for that massive squall that came through in the night. A lot of rain and not too bad wind, 22 knots. So
I don't feel well rested at all.
no, it kind of messed up our whole being well rested, but it still got some sleep, which is good. So we are, I don't know, what do we got? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna pick up the hook and we're gonna go to the south end of the YACHTS, we think. All right, let's go, shall we? Okay, dogs are ready. They've had their poops.
Saw you paint a picture of a face, a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love.
Hey, we got dolphins on the bow! Look at this! Wow, huge! Well, kind of a bittersweet moment. We're sailing, which is awesome. We got full sails out, as you can see. May, Jenny, looking pretty sweet. We're going through the Comer Bank, I think it's called. Downside is I lost one of my 2 Cruiser Academy hats overboard when I was doing the winch, so that kind of sucks. It's now floating towards Long Island. We're in 8 feet of water, 5.3 knots. 5.4. It's good to have the engine off. So we're gonna go like this for a bit, and then we will probably have to tack our way up a little bit. We'll see how we go.
Oh, like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same.
Nat's helming. We're about to put the Genoa out. Got about 9.5 knots of breeze. We're gonna put full sails up. Oh, this is what I was hoping would be. The wind would fill in.
Night vision gone.
Night vision gone. We are just about to pass the Acklands, and we are going to bail into an anchorage because we've got a full-on electrical storm going on around us. The sea state is mental. The winds are nothing like they were forecast. We've had 24, 25 knots straight at us for the last like 8 to 9 hours. It's just been a totally unpredictable, unforecasted, horrible passage, hasn't it?
Horrible. Horrible, horrible. And we're going to do an overnighter, and it's nearly 1 a.m. It's just not worth it because we're going through storm after storm after storm. I mean, constantly having to change the sails. It hasn't been peaceful at all. Not that a lot of the sailing is peaceful, but at least a little bit more of a breather.
Yeah.
And the dogs are scared. We're kind of scared because we haven't done it for so long. We've been in like the comfort of the ICW for so long. So I think we're just kind of, well, there you go. You just saw that. We just want to get there. Let's rewind a quick second. Unbeknown to us, whilst under passage and out of mobile range, this tropical disturbance was forming all around us, which had not been part of any forecasting models we had studied before departing.
Yeah, and another reason we're bailing too is because we've been in the lee of the Acklands for a while now, and so that's cut out some of the swell that what do we have? We had 18 to 25 knots of wind at like 25 degrees all day. So once we pass that island and we're just have us and Great Inagua, it's like Atlantic swell, so it's gonna be, we think it's gonna be very, very uncomfortable. We're gonna tuck in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta know when to fold them.
It's gotten to the point where that's gonna be safer than continuing. It's gonna be sketchy going in at night, but it's better than being out here and being miserable. Dogs are miserable, everyone's miserable. It's pouring down with rain now. Lightning
bolts all around us.
Yeah.
We're running the gauntlet. So.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Well, the hook is down. Poor Nat, she is on the bow. It's like blowing 25, 24. And the rain is so heavy. There's actually another boat here, which is crazy. So they must have just sought refuge like we did, because this is not a great anchorage. It's a buck and bronco here in the boat, but we're safe. We can chill, and it's 1:30 in the morning. Doggos are down, and believe it or not, we're actually hungry. So I'm gonna whip up some quesadillas, and then we're gonna go to sleep. All right, night, guys.
Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you were mine.
Mahi, mahi, we think.
What do you think? Are you making the right decision?
Just for you. 3 of them I can't bear.
We are so tired and relieved